I'm just gonna do a quick video here to show you how to change the hub on a 2500 4th gen Dodge. Pretty much all you need is a 43 mil socket for the center axle nut. And then you just need a 24 mil and an 18 mil and a pry bar screwdriver. Pretty much should do it. First step is remove the wheel. Something along these lines and pry on it a little bit. So our caliper like that, I already actually loosened it prior to this a bit, can come off with the bracket. We're gonna use 24 mil to remove this one, and there's one on bottom. So just inside the wheel well, you have to remove this sensor. It's just push it in and then it should come out. Okay, speed sensor wire is disconnected. It was a little bit tricky to disconnect because of the this pushy thing, so just be gentle with it. It's easy to break the pigtail. You have to take this out because it'll come off soon. Just set it on the side. 124 mil out is out of the caliper bracket, and I'm undoing the top one now. Just be careful, don't let the caliper drop when you're taking it off. Okay, so the caliper is off. Just be careful when you take it off and hang it up nicely over there out of the way, because you're gonna have to be working on the inside here. Those are the 18 millimeter bolts that we need to get off before we can take the hub off. Over here we need to take out a safety pin and then remove the 43 millimeter nut holding that axle. I actually sprayed some of the stuff already. I use this stuff, it's my favorite. Aerocroil. It gets in everywhere really good. Unseizes great. So I'm gonna spray these and leave it for a while. It's pretty rusty in here. Okay, this thing's out. Now we can try and get that 43 mil nut off. Loosened my rotor. I had to knock on it a little bit, but it's loose now. It'll come off. I undid this nut, the 43 millimeter, with my impact. It came off pretty good, no issues. I put penetrating oil all over here and I let it sit for a while. So now I'm gonna get at these 18 millimeter bolts from the back. So these 4 18 millimeter nuts were very stubborn. The way I'm doing it is, I couldn't break them actually with my impact. So what I'm doing is I'm just using hand tools, and I'm using like several snipes best I can. So far I broke loose the one bottom one top one. This one is being very difficult and there's not much room, so I'm gonna leave that one for last. I just used the hammer and I beat around the edge like that off, all around, and then it just comes off like that. And then you gotta make sure it slides off this axle nicely. Might have to beat that axle in, but gotta do it with a nice hammer, not the metal one, so it doesn't damage the axle. Well, it came off actually really easily. It slipped right off. Yeah, this hub is really bad. So next step is just clean all of this out super nicely all around, make that race super clean to mount the new hub. All of this surface needs to be cleaned off, really nice. So I scraped it off all around that race with a screwdriver, making sure not to scratch too hard. Got the bigger stuff off. Now I'm just using this brass wheel to clean up the rest like this, all around here like that. So do that, and also clean up this sealing area here, because that's where it meets the hub on the new surface, so it'll be a nicer seal there. Clean that up as well. So that's the new hub and the old hub. Super tight. So the new hub went on pretty easy once you clean that surface. These 4 18mm bolts go in there. You put anti-seize on them for next time if you have to do it. Now just retighten everything. Just reassemble in reverse now, put the rotor back on, and then the caliper.